Okay, so today's video is to show you how to remove the control unit for the Bluetooth display and be able to mount it to the upright that's over here to the side. So the first thing I want to say is to make sure that this is the correct box that you're using for your unit, because in this scenario, this box is mounted underneath the fan while the old Bluetooth test station is still here. Okay, so after identifying which box is correct, you want to make sure you remove the box from wherever it's mounted to currently, and you have to disconnect these two cables. Once the two cables are disconnected that are going up to your display unit up here, you're going to want to fish these guys around over to the side of the I-beam where you're going to mount the new control location. Okay, with the box disconnected from the wires and the wall, you're going to remove these 4 screws. With the 4 screws removed from this unit, you remove the cover and you're going to pull off the music icon button. Flip it around and mount it right back on. You then replace the cover and the 4 screws back into the unit. Okay, at this time, this is now ready to be placed onto the bracket. Along with your bracket, you've received a couple of screws that you're going to utilize to, facing wires down, mounting it to the bracket that'll be mounted onto the I-beam. With this, you're going to place it downward with the wires facing toward you and the 2 of the screws mounted up top, but we're going to be supplying you 4 for the initial install for in-store. Line them up and screw them in. Once the screws are mounted on the back, you flip it around. This is exactly how the unit should look, and it's ready for install onto the beam. Once you come up to the beam with your assembled unit, wires facing down, you line up the unit with the openings on the side of the I-beam. Insert the provided bolt, holding it in place, apply the washer, and add the nut. Using any set of pliers you can find, just tighten up the nut a little bit so the unit stays mounted. Okay, because we're in a store setting and the unit that's up here is already wired in, I don't want to disconnect any wires, but the wires will reach down to the I-beam, and from there, you'll push the other connections from the fan through these holes and reattach your wires as shown. Once attached, push everything back through so the wires are not seen. At this point, you can now test the unit to make sure the music, volume up and volume down all work.